For those times when not even a 85-inch TV is cinematic enough, there's this. And what does it do? This. Hey guys, it's the Villain here, home theater enthusiast and lover of all things tech. And behind me we have an all AWOL Dolby Atmos home theater setup, and I mean everything. Let's go check it out. So if you can't already tell, this screen is huge. It's a 120-inch floor-rising ALR screen for ultra short throw projectors, which we have here under it. So as you can tell, it's, as I say, huge, but it also has a perforated section under there. So if you have speakers behind the screen, it's acoustically transparent, so the sound will actually pass through without any attenuation, which is awesome. The screen is 0.8 gain, so it reflects 80% of the light that the projector projects on it back to the user. It also rejects 95% of ceiling light, so it's great for rooms with some ambient light, especially ones in the ceiling, so you can watch TV or a movie, say, with the ceiling lights on and not have a horribly degraded picture. So if 120 inches is not right for you and your space, say, is not big enough, then there is a 100-inch version that you can get, which is a bit more manageable. But if this isn't bonkers enough for you, then there is a 130-inch version if you want to get all kinds of crazy. But hey, if you do, more power to you. I can only manage 120 inches in this room. All right, so next up are what you see flanking the screen here. And this is the ThunderBeat surround sound system from AWOL. Now, this is a new system that they released earlier this year, and since then, it's gotten a firmware update to improve the usability and performance. So this is by itself a 4.2.2 surround sound setup. So it's an all-in-one system for your AWOL projector. So as I mentioned, it's 4.2.2, meaning that it has 4 discrete speakers as well as 2 up-firing speakers for Dolby Atmos height effects. They're on these AWOL stands, which look really good, by the way, as well as 2 subwoofers for even dispersion of bass throughout your listening area. But its best trick is how it uses the AWOL projector to become a 5.2.2 system. So it uses the projector as a center channel. So the left and right speakers will produce all the effects, while dialogue will come through the projector speaker, which is what you would find in a typical discrete home theater setup. So this system is for anyone who wants a simple all-in-one solution and don't want to bother with things like AVRs or processors or amplifiers or what have you. These are completely wireless. The only thing they need is a power cable, and the power cable actually routes through the stand, so it looks very clean. All of the speakers connect wirelessly, so you don't need any additional cables. And what it connects to is the dongle. The dongle is the brains of the operation. And don't let it fool you, it can still decode all of the Dolby codecs as well as the DTS codecs. So from Dolby Atmos to DTS:X, it's got you covered. And it actually sounds impressive for the home theater in a box that it essentially is. Now, these speakers have a frequency response of 120 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. So a really broad frequency response range. And the subwoofers have a frequency response of 40 Hertz to 120 Hertz. So it gets low, but not quite as low as those huge subwoofers that we've seen. But it still packs a wallop, especially on these wooden floors. And the other sub over there is corner loaded, so it helps it produce even more bass than it would in a freestanding area as well. I actually had to turn the bass down when I first started using it, and that brings me to the included remote, which is how you manage the settings of the system. And that includes adjusting surround levels, adjusting bass levels, treble, as well as the volume. The subwoofers, after all, are two ported boxes with 8-inch drivers in the same finish as the speakers. I also have the other pair of speakers in the rear to complete the surround setup. All right, so let's move on to the projector, which is down here. Now this is AWOL's top of the line projector, the LTV-3500 Pro, and this has the brightest output at 3000 lumens, so it gets really bright. So it's bright enough to essentially overpower the ambient light coming into a room, especially when paired with an ambient light rejecting screen like this one right here. So it supports Dolby Vision and HDR10+, so coupled with the HDR10 support as well as Dolby Vision, it covers all the HDR standards. It has dynamic tone mapping, of course, and covers 107% of the BT 2020 color space, so it has rich colors as well. For gamers, it has an 8 millisecond input lag in turbo mode, so it's fast enough for any game out there, and I've tested it and it's a great gaming projector, especially on a huge screen like this. Whether it be console gaming or PC gaming, it gets the job done. It has Amazon's Fire TV OS built in, which I am not a fan of. I've never been a fan of it, and this hasn't changed my mind. But I think that is the weakest part of this projector. But if you have a streaming box like an Apple TV or any Google TV box, then that's a problem that can be easily solved. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the included Fire Stick, which has the Fire TV OS built in. Now, of course, these are only some of the components that AWOL has on offer. But if you want, say, the ability to turn any room into a home theater, then these components can definitely accomplish that. When you have a portable screen, projector, and surround sound system all in one box, one cohesive unit, then it makes the process pretty easy. The components you've seen me cover in this video are only a fraction of what they have on offer, of course. And if you go to their site, they're currently having their AWOL day until June 20th. So as of making this video, there are still a few days left where you can go and get a great deal if you want to buy any of the components that you've seen me mention in this video, or anything else they have on offer on their site for that matter. So I've left links in the description for anyone interested to learn more or to buy one for themselves. Thank you for watching the video, and thanks to AWOL for sponsoring the video as well. Until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood villain man saying be safe and peace.